Hey, good Tuesday morning, everyone. We have a heat advisory for today, but now it's been extended for tomorrow at least. Details coming up next.
And we're going to share some ways that you can stay cool and healthy during this stretch of hot weather.
A new video released showing the perspective of officers responding to a fight at a park in Norwich. What police and the parent of one of the people involved in that fight are saying this morning.
All local, all morning. This is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
6 o'clock, good Tuesday morning. Thanks so much for being with us here at Fox 61 and Fox 61 Plus America areas.
And I'm Keith McGilvery. Grateful you're here as we face another hot and humid day out there. The state's extreme hot weather protocol very much in effect this morning.
Yeah, you can always dial 211 to find the closest cooling center or shelter near you. And you can also find a nearby center online at 211ct.org. For more details, I don't know if the temperature even matters because it's so hot and humid.
I know.
2 or 3 degrees, does it make that much of a difference, Sam?
It's not going to make any difference whether the actual temperature is 90 or 95. It's going to feel like 100 this afternoon. So everyone, just take it easy because that heat advisory has been extended now until Wednesday at least. And they're even talking about Thursday. I say they, the National Weather Service. All 3 Weather Service offices. So again, this afternoon and tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be very hot. Beach and boating, there you go. Water temperature getting into the low 70s. Air temperature in the upper 70s to lower and middle 80s along the beaches. UV index of 9. Yes, there is some low-level clouds moving up from the south and southwest. We have a temperature of 75 degrees. Dew points in the 60s and 70s. Yeah, it's down a little bit, but it doesn't matter. It's just going to come right back up. We do have areas of fog, some of it locally dense, especially along the shoreline. There's no dense fog advisory yet. And there's actually a cluster of showers and storms coming out of Pennsylvania, moving into New York State now. Most of that is weakening. Somebody could get clipped in Salisbury, maybe with a light sprinkle or shower. Other than that, clouds giving way to partly to mostly sunny skies this afternoon, hot and humid. There is the chance for an isolated strong storm, but I think most of the activity is going to stay up in Massachusetts. But don't be too surprised if someone gets an isolated one later on, especially in northern Connecticut. There's high temperatures, again, reaching the 90s inland. 80s along the beaches. The only exception may be 79, but even there it's going to be very warm and steamy. Feeling more like 95 to 100. Take it slow out there. I'll be back. We'll talk about air quality alert. How long will the heat and humidity last? Chances of storms and the remnants of Tropical Depression Beryl. Where will that storm go? Details in a few minutes. Now on over to our latest traffic. How are we doing, Symphony? Good morning to you.
Good morning, Sam. We are seeing our first crash of the morning out in Stratford. If you are heading out in that direction, here's what you need to know before heading out the door this morning. It is happening on 95 southbound at exits 31 and 30. This crash involves a tractor trailer and car, and traffic is creeping in that area down to about 7 miles per hour. We see a lot of folks tapping the brakes out there. CTDOT has zoomed out from the scene of the crash, but we can see a pretty extensive backup along the interstate this morning. Back here closer to home in Hartford, things moving just fine so far as we check out I-84 running through downtown Hartford. And the drive times have improved. We were seeing a minor delay on the eastbound side of 84 heading through the Hartford Tunnel. Speeds up to 57 miles per hour now. We have your next update coming up at 6:30.
All right, thank you, my friend. 6:04. It is the hot topic across Connecticut today, the dangerous heat spreading across our region.
Yeah, as we've mentioned, temperatures and the humidity levels, they're soaring again today, causing the extreme hot weather protocol to be activated.
Fox 61's Brooke Griffin live at a Fairhaven splash pad with a look at things there. Brooke, good morning. I suspect that will be a very busy spot not long from now.
Yeah, good morning to you. I think it's a little early for the kiddos to be out here already this morning, but I'm sure later it's going to be packed. Now, this is actually the second time that Governor Lamont has put this extreme hot weather protocol into place. Now, essentially, that term just means that they are extending the hours of these splash pads and public pools. They're also making sure that more than 100 cooling centers are open across Connecticut for anyone to go to. Now, the protocol began yesterday, and it will be enacted through tomorrow night. More than 100 cooling centers are open again today for various hours, and they're open for anyone who needs air conditioning or even just maybe needs a cold bottle of water. Now, you can find the hours for those and more information on those centers at FOX61.com. Make sure to check the hours, though, before you go, as some of those centers do vary in their hours. Some of them open earlier or stay open later than others. Splash pads and public pools are also under extended hours of about 10 o'clock in the morning to 8 in the evening in many cities today. Paramedics are also reminding people to stay ahead of hydrating for the next few days. That's just really to prevent any sort of heat sickness from creeping up on you. They also ask that people limit time outdoors if possible, as the weather will be tropical and the air pretty thick, making vulnerable populations susceptible to sickness. Now, of course, you can find all of this information on our website, on 211 Connecticut's website. You can also call 211 if you don't have access to internet. They will be able to hook you up with the closest center near you, find those resources for you, guide you on where to go. But as far as what the paramedics are saying, they are telling us that they want everyone, if you're feeling nauseous, dizzy, whatever it may be, those are symptoms that something could really be wrong while it's hot outside. So go ahead and call 911 instead. Live in Fairhaven, Brooke Griffin, Fox 61 Connecticut's news station.
Stay cool out there for us this morning, 6:06. And this morning we're getting a clearer picture of the chaos that unfolded when two Norwich police officers were injured breaking up a large fight at Jenkins Park late last month.
Yeah, you can see some of the dash cam video that is rolling behind us right now. The incident ended in the arrest of a 23-year-old man, and it prompted questions about the use of excessive force by police. We're checking in with Fox 61's Angelo Bavaro. He's live at that park in Norwich with more.
Hey, good morning, guys. And Police Chief Patrick Daly says one of those two officers is still recovering from neck injuries this morning. Now, police say this was chaos from the start, with that initial 911 call that came in being vague, and then two officers being dispatched to the park here for this alleged fight that broke out, to find a crowd of about 200 to 300 people. Take a look.
Send us everybody you got. We'll take mutual aid too. Two of us for 200 people.
This right here is a look at that newly released body camera video from police. Police were initially called to Jenkins Park to break up a fight at a remembrance basketball tournament. This was back on June 29th. Now, during those efforts, as they were helping a victim from that original fight, Daly says 23-year-old Jalen Jarman threw a water bottle at the back of somebody's head. Well, police say that led to another fight, during which officers sprayed Jarman with pepper spray. Police say Jarman refused to be placed under arrest for what they call his aggressive and unwarranted assault. Instead, police say Jarman placed an officer in a chokehold and started punching and kneeing that officer in the head. Daly says officers then used their hands, more pepper spray, and a taser to get Jarman to release that chokehold. Now, once he let go, officers did arrest him. Daly says he has asked the New London State's Attorney's Office to review his officers' use of force during this incident.
We understand police use of force is very controversial, but sometimes use of force like this is needed to bring a situation, very chaotic scene, into control. You know, had we just known, we could have had the proper staffing at this event, and perhaps that could have prevented this from even happening.
Now, Jarman's mother was actually in the room as police went through that dash cam video. Tanika Davis says she does not believe officers de-escalated the situation. They should have. Davis says her son was involved in an altercation prior to the officers getting involved, got pepper sprayed, and then was not sure who he was even fighting.
He was maced, he was running, he was in the blind, and they never identified themselves.
Now, police tell us they are still looking for other suspects involved in this chaotic incident and say that this is all still under investigation. We are live in Norwich this morning. I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
All right, Angelo, thanks so much. Appreciate the update there. We will check back. Meantime, today, we are expected to learn more about a major investment in the CT Fast Track bus network. The governor is going to join transportation officials to announce a grant that will go towards upgrades to the system. Now, this is going to happen at 11 o'clock this morning in New Britain. Since its launch nearly a decade ago, CT Fast Track has expanded past the original New Britain to Hartford line.